we shall not be moved. We shall not be moved. Let's go to Celtic. We shall not be moved.
Now moved into the Partick Thistle boardroom here at Firhill in the James Aitken suite. The boardroom shows all the trophies and all the gifts that's been presented to Partick Thistle. 125 years of Partick Thistle Football Club. We are now going to show you the highlights of a 1971 game, Partick Thistle versus Celtic, 23rd of October 1971. Sit back, relax.
And here at Hampden Park, it's going to be Celtic kicking off, attacking the goal on the right in the final of the Scottish League Cup, with Williams, Hay and Gemmell, Murdoch, Connolly and Brogan, Johnston, Dalglish, Hood, Callaghan and Macquarie. And Partick Thistle have Ruff, Hanson and Forsyth, Glavin, Campbell and Strachan, McQuaid and Coulston, Bone, Ray and Laurie. The respective substitutes: Jim Craig is the Celtic 12th man and John Gibson is the Partick Thistle sub. Dry here at Hampden after a lot of lunchtime rain, but the pitch looks in very fine condition. The referee for today's match, Mr. Bill Mullen from Dalkeith, and the first goal kick of the match to be taken by Alan Ruff of Partick Thistle. Brogan getting in a little bit of a tangle there. McQuaid a quick shot, and it wasn't far away. Six minutes played, no scoring. Johnston now in midfield. There come Thistle though. Bone nicely placed with a chance. Back again, here's a chance. Glavin forcing his way through. McQuaid with a corner kick. Over it comes, nicely placed, up go the heads. And it's stopped almost on the line, still not cleared. Down to Ray. And it's a goal! Ray scores for Thistle! Exactly 10 minutes. Ronnie Glavin's tenacity won the corner. McQuaid's corner wasn't properly cleared. And Ray astutely lobbed the ball in under the corner of the crossbar and the post. So what a dream start for Thistle. Ray to McQuaid. Down to Murdoch. Now to Johnston. Callaghan on his left. Johnston forcing his way through. Ball breaks to Laurie. Callaghan challenging. Glavin. Brought down there, free kick to Thistle. Jackie Campbell stealing a few yards, which Mr. Mullen observed. So back he comes. So what a shock start to this League Cup final. McQuaid flicking it forward to Bone. On to Laurie. Laurie edge of the box. Inside, right foot shot to the far side, and it's there! Laurie scores a sensational goal. And look at those jubilant Thistle players. McQuaid started to move, finding Bone on to Laurie, who drew the ball back to his right foot. 2 goals in 5 minutes. Thistle lead 2-0. Johnston now for Celtic on the left. A bad tackle by Glavin. Bad tackle by Glavin on Johnston. Very fortunate not to be booked for that. And Mr. Mullen quite clearly indicating that he will not permit another one like that from the same player. And Celtic down to 12 men as Murdoch lobs that ball across, and here's a chance for Hood. Good save though by Ruff, and away comes Laurie. Bone going through the centre, Colston coming left, stopped by Hay, fine interception, in towards Murdoch. Glavin sliding in, Brogan back to Williams. Thistle now lead 2-0. Now McCarry, back to Hood. Stopped by Ray. Hood working for possession. Gemmell moving into the open space on the left, lobbing the ball forward. Dalglish is there with Strachan. There's a chance for Hood. Ball nipped off his toes by Campbell. Race for the ball on the far side. It's still in play. And a goal kick. Correction, a corner. Jimmy Johnson going off below us here with a bad leg gash, which looks as if it'll need a couple of stitches possibly. Dalglish, it's a beauty too. Ruff's there though. Beautifully fighted corner, held up into the wind by Kenny Dalglish, but a good save by Alan Ruff. Laurie now for Thistle. Colston sideways to Forsyth, and a free kick. So free kick to Celtic. Celtic looking for the inspiration of a goal at this point. And indeed Celtic substitute Jim Craig is stripping and loosening up. Hood inside to Callaghan. Callaghan letting one go across the face of the goal. Headed out down to Gemmell. And that is stopped by John Hanson, who is right out the game. He just ran straight into that one and it nearly knocked his head off. Referee letting play go on. The ball sliced wide of the target for a goal kick. And Celtic bringing on the substitute Jim Craig. There he is, coming on as right back John Hanson gets treatment for what is undoubtedly the sorest head inside Hampden Park. Tragedy though for Celtic to lose Jimmy Johnston with only 20 minutes of the match gone, and at a time when they're looking for power and urgency in attack, to have to replace him with a player who is essentially a defender. Carry infield, cut off by Campbell. Out to Colston, is onside. Ray the only other forward up. McQuaid making ground quickly on the left. Not a good cross, but not fully cleared. Brogan in trouble. Laurie with a corner. Up go the heads. Chance for Thistle. McQuaid scores! Sensation! 30 minutes played and it's 3-0. And for the third time, Harry Hood gets this game going again for Celtic. Hood running it over the line. Brogan, sliding tackle. Thistle's throw. Forsyth over the halfway line. Tremendous ball. Colston and McQuaid out in front. Bone will need to get the ball to his right foot to get it across, I would think. Out in front to Laurie. Laurie chipping it across. McQuaid! Fantastic business going on in the goal here. What a sensation! To Glavin. Glavin losing it. Murdoch chipping it forward, turned away by Hanson. Brought down by Bone, on to Ray. Laurie, Forsyth on his left. Just in play. Forsyth making ground quickly. Colston going into the centre. Overcomes the cross. And what a chance there. Offside given though. Superb running by Alec Forsyth. Murdoch across to Callaghan. Callaghan forcing his way through, and he's on. There's a deflection for Hood. Chance for Callaghan. Good save by Roth. Bonan Colston again. Colston getting the outside of Gemmell. Free kick. And there's Glavin on the just over the goal line. He managed to limp off there. And there's the free kick situation. Laurie coming across to take it. The tall figure of Dennis McQuaid going into the centre of the field. Celtic marshalling their forces. Taken by Laurie. In comes Bowen. Walks the ball into the net. It's 4-0. Half-time, and with Ronnie Glavin off the field, Thistle have scored their fourth goal. And what a sensational game this is. Hood out to Craig. Craig lobbing it forward, Strachan going up, heading it down. Laurie infield, Forsyth in trouble. Not getting that ball away, and this could be dangerous. McCarry looking for an opening. Brought down by Ray, free kick. Bobby Murdoch chipping across, headed down by Hood, raised there with Hay, and if that's a free kick it must be very close to a penalty, but it's a goal kick. Through towards Bourne. Bourne still has it. Gets the corner. Laurie to take it. Over it comes. Down to Ray. Chipped across. McQuaid's there. Goal kick. And I would think whenever Williams takes this one, it'll just be about half-time. And there it is. And you can hear what the Thistle fans think of the team's fantastic performance in that first half. As memorable a first 45 minutes as Partick Thistle have ever played anywhere against anybody. So Thistle kick off at the start of the second half, leading by 4 goals to 0. A tremendous first half, in which they played really well. In the first half, Celtic were very unlucky to lose Jimmy Johnson so early in the match with a leg injury, but look at Thistle on the attack again. McQuaid trying a long one, and it's not far away. Thistle have the wind in the second half. A reflection on the first half, Celtic's rhythm badly upset by an early injury to Jimmy Johnston, and in that particular incident, Ronnie Glavin, I think, a little bit fortunate not to be booked for the tackle. However, Celtic were then committed to bringing on Jim Craig, but they find themselves now 4 goals down with the whole of the second half stretching before them. It'll be interesting to see what sort of tactics Thistle will employ in the second half, whether they'll try to hold on to that lead or whether they'll go out for more goals. Tommy Gemmell forcing himself forward. A lovely through ball, and it must be a goal. Wonderful chance from Douglas, superb running by Gemmell. Dalglish took off at exactly the right moment, got the ball at exactly the right time, and somehow scooped it over the top, with Alan Rough in a very vulnerable position. Glorious chance for Celtic, but Thistle still lead 4-0. 10 minutes gone in the second half. Coulston trying to get through there, headed away, kick clear out to Callaghan, it comes, tremendous pressure from Celtic, and another good save by Rough. Referee indicating free kick to Thistle, who still lead 4-0. Craig has it. Over comes his cross, headed down by McCarry. Here's a chance for McCarry now, out in front, and it must be a goal. Dalglish scores. 25 minutes gone in the second half. And certainly no more than Celtic deserve on pressure. They've been hammering away since the second half started. And Dalglish has got the goal that they've been looking for. 20 minutes to play, 4-1. And here comes Laurie for Thistle. Edge of the box, lets one go. And it's a sensational save by Williams. What a good save that was. Laurie with the corner, up go the heads. Ray heading it in, over the top. Goal kick. Callaghan, good decision by Mr. Mullen, advantage will applying there. Hood getting it across, headed in, and another good save by Rough. Fine header from McCarry, what a marvellous game this is. Brogan again for Celtic, driving himself forward, through to Connolly, Connolly trying a long shot. And it's all over, and it's Thistle's Cup. Celtic, sporting losers, handshakes all round. A magnificent performance by Thistle, who finally, once and for all and emphatically, have put paid to the unpredictable tag. And you can hear the whole of Hampden rising to Thistle. Celtic supporters applauding as well, I can see them from here. And this has been a once-in-a-lifetime day for those Thistle supporters who waited so long to cheer a cup. McQuaid with a corner kick. Over it comes, nicely placed, up go the heads. And it's stopped almost on the line, still not cleared. Down to Ray. And it's a goal! Ray scores for Thistle. Laurie, edge of the box. Inside, right foot shot to the far side, and it's there! Laurie scores a sensational goal. And look at those jubilant Thistle players. Laurie with a corner. Up go the heads. Chance for Thistle. McQuaid scores. A sensation. 30 minutes played and it's 3-0. Taken by Laurie. In comes Bowen. Walks the ball into the net. It's 4-0. 8 minutes to half-time. Thistle have scored their fourth goal.
Tonight we have the manager of Partick Thistle, a legend at Firhill, player and manager Davy McParlin. Davy, welcome to Partick Thistle Television.
Good, it's nice to be back. I didn't know you had television here, actually, to be honest with you.
Davy, let me take you back to the cup final, and before it. It was a long journey to get to the cup final, 12 games in all.
Yeah, it was, aye, but the boys had done well, and the difficult games were the St Johnstone match away, where we were beaten, and then we came in, I think it was 4 or 5 goals we scored here against St Johnstone in the second leg. Semi-final with Falkirk 2-0. I thought we played well that day and came through to reach the final, so aye. And the final day, of course, speaks for itself, doesn't it?
Davy, the result was 4-1, which is terrific, but most important for Thistle, it gave us respect in Glasgow.
Aye, well it does, aye, but the thing about it was we then went and had a draw up at Dundee on the Wednesday. I think it was 7 that we lost up at Aberdeen, but I think that was, to be fair, it was a hard week for us after coming off that cup final, so somebody says, well, Thistle are back to their usual, win the cup one week and then get dubbed with 7 goals the following week, but the boys have worked hard, and we deserved the cup win.
Davy, you picked a team, they're on the park. Did you have any second thoughts of your selection?
No, the team was picked, and that was it. We're quite happy with that. We had 2 good wingers, 2 strikers that could play a bit. So it was all set up for us. And of course the fact that Celtic didn't have McNeil at centre half helped a little bit, but then that's the game, so you have to play with them, haven't you?
Could you believe the score at half time?
I thought we played well enough at that particular period, maybe to score the goals, although they came easy. And you play matches where you play well and don't score a goal, but things opened up for us, and the boys put the ball in the back of the net, and that's what the game's about.
Hey Davy, thanks for speaking to us. Have a nice evening tonight, and all the best.
We'll see some of the boys and see if they've got as grey hair as I have.
There you go, Davy McParlin, everyone. Thank you, Davy. Tonight we've got the team captain, Alec Ray. Alec, welcome to Partick Thistle Television.
It's pleased to be here. Delighted that Partick Thistle have progressed so far. They now have the television associated with it.
Alec, you scored the first goal. Tell us it from your angle.
Very clear. The reason it's very clear is memory A. B. Most Friday nights after the golf club, the video goes on when she goes to bed. Clearly recall, I think it was Tommy Gemmell, corner come across. I was going in, checked it, he put it just on a beautiful wee tanner and just hit it nicely, and Evan Williams, my favourite goalkeeper.
Alec, you're going up to pick up the cup. Well, 1-4-1, I bet you can't believe it. What was running through your head at that time?
Priceless, and to try and explain to any other individual on the planet what was going to be happening to you in the next couple of minutes is simply impossible. I do not have the grasp of the English language to put it into the real context. All I can really think about is just before the final whistle, Mr. Mullen, who was always one of my favourite referees, he says there's only seconds to go, Alec. And the feeling was just superb. And going up there now as a wee boy, grew up in Govan, always loved playing football. Never in a million years did I think, quite honestly, that I would play senior football, far less go up at Hampden and pick up the League Cup. My wee mother, who was sitting in the stand, had lost my father a few years before it. My sister and her man was in the stand, brothers and stuff like that. It just was superb. And to be corny, could almost bring a tear to your eye. In fact, even to this day, I think back, and the feeling is still awesome.
Very emotional, Alec.
Very emotional.
Very emotional.
Very emotional. Right after the game, my wee mother, Isa, she was a wee terrier. She was going to get a grip of her son no matter what. So by this time, we're on the bus, and there was a big Glasgow Police. He wasn't going to let her on. You better believe it, he let her on. And on she came, and there was some footage of her hugging me, and she was greeting. I was nearly greeting. It was just smashing.
Alec, thanks for that wee story. Alec, do you still go to games? Are you still involved in football?
Well, I had, if you like, about a 3-year sabbatical away from the football altogether. I had done jobs for Archie Knox with Dundee, Aberdeen, Jockey Scott and stuff like that. Basically running reserve teams and then going to watch opposition for Aberdeen, and then Dunfermline when Jockey came down there, and then Arbroath. I kind of got a bit of a scunner with the football because I thought it wasn't exciting. I couldn't get involved it was very much second best to playing. But batteries have been sort of topped up. I've started doing a wee job for Arbroath again, so I'll go and watch who they're going to be playing, and funny enough, you'll never guess where I'm going on Saturday. They're United in Partick Thistle. So this is the first time I'll have seen them for some time.
Thanks for speaking. It's a pleasure to speak to you. One of the greatest, a legend at Firhill, a legend.
A legend in his own lifetime, thank you.
McQuaid with a corner kick. Over it comes, nicely placed, up go the heads. And it's stopped almost on the line, still not cleared. Down to Ray. And it's a goal! Ray scores for Thistle.
Hey, let me introduce you now to Bobby Laurie. Bobby, welcome.
Thank you very much.
Bobby, you came to the club in 1969. Who was the manager then?
Scott Simon, who was a gentleman, one of the best managers I've worked under. And it was sad to see him leave the club.
Right. Scott Simon left the club, and then came Davy McParland.
Davy McParland took over, brought his own players here, and built the team to win the 1971 League Cup final.
So what age were you when you first came to the club then, Bobby?
22.
22, and the average age of the team at that time was?
Must have been around about 22, 23, you know. It was just quite a young team, very young team, for by Hugh Strachan, who's quite old.
Right, Bobby, you scored one of the goals in the cup final. Can you talk us through the goal?
I picked the ball up in the left wing, run it David Hay, I think it was, kind of wrong foot on my right foot, seen the goalkeeper and shot it right away to the far corner, and luckily it went in.
4-0 at half time. I bet you couldn't believe it.
Yeah, it was hard to believe, but actually we deserved it. You know, I don't think Celtic had a shot on target in the first half, and then they did the big roughie, kind of handled it well. You know,
the team broke up a few years after it, Bobby. What did you do with yourself football wise?
Went up for sale and went to Sunra for 2 years. Then I just went back junior and managed junior clubs, and I've done that for what, 25 years.
And at the present moment you're with Whitlet Juniors?
With Whitlet's Juniors. I started them back up, and I'm still with them.
Right, Bobby, thanks for talking to us, and all the best in the future.
Thanks very much, and all the best to Thistle.
On the edge of the box, inside, right foot shot to the far side, and it's there! Laurie scores a sensational goal.
Right, tonight we have a legend at Firhill, Dennis McQuaid, far travelled. Dennis, all the way from Sydney?
That's correct, yes, Campbell, yes.
Dennis, let me take you back to the semi-final, Fall Cup, at Hampden, 2 goals.
Yeah, it was a funny night because I wasn't even supposed to be playing that night. Johnny Gibson was the winger of choice for weeks before that, and suddenly he had a problem at training, and 25 minutes before the game started, he said he couldn't play. So I got told, get stripped, and the first goal was at the far post. I remember, just sort of bundled the thing in, and then the second one was I lobbed the keeper. So with Mr. Ferguson playing for the other side, Alex Ferguson. But no, it was a great night, and that sort of secured my place in the final.
Dennis, you're known for your long, mazy runs. People say that you don't know what you're doing with the ball, what chance the opposition had, yet in the cup final, tapping.
Well, in the cup final, I was given very precise instructions by Mr. McParland, which was my job was to mark Bobby Murdoch, and he said, I don't want to see any space between you and him for the whole game. And but the only time I did get away from him was when we got a corner, and I just happened to be the first to react. It was rather one of my scrappiest goals, but one of my best goals, as I'd say. But no, it was just wonderful to be on the score sheet.
You stay in Australia. Are you still involved in football?
I'm still playing football, believe it or not. I play every Sunday morning. I've been threatening to make this my last year, but we've a great team. We've been unbeaten since April, and it's over 35s. But I thoroughly still enjoy the game. It's still as competitive as ever. But I'm still involved indirectly.
Dennis, it's a pleasure to meet you and to speak to you, and all the best for tonight.
Well, thank you for inviting me along. It looks as if it's going to be a superb night. It's great to see all the guys here again. Thank you.
Thank you, Dennis.
Laurie with a corner. Up go the heads. Chance for Thistle. McQuaid scores. Sensation. 30 minutes played and it's 3-0.
Right, tonight we've got Jimmy Blown with us, Partick Thistle legend. Jimmy, welcome to Partick Thistle Television.
It's great to be here.
Jimmy, let me take you back 30 years. Not at the League Cup final, not even a semi, but the game before against St Johnstone. They beat us 2-0 up at Perth, and then they come down to Firhill, and we had a terrific night at Firhill.
Yeah, see, at that time we were in the habit of going and pulling out great results. You know, there was one that was an 8-3 result against Motherwell here, and we were very confident that we were going to do it. And there was one instance, it was early on in the match, where it was a corner played in and I hit the goalkeeper quite hard, and I think Franks knocked the ball in, and that was our first goal. And I remember that the goalkeeper chasing me for a spell up the field, and that just put us on edge, and had a very good night after that.
Hey Jimmy. Jimmy Blown walks the ball into the net. Famous was by Arthur Monford. You're still a legend at Firhill. Do you ever watch the old tape?
No, I haven't seen the old tape for a long time. I'm a guy that tends to look to the future rather than the past, but yeah, I didn't get the chance to walk them into the net that often. It was usually balls that were played in from crosses, because the one thing about us is that we were an attacking team, and with Bobby and Dennis and me John throwing in crosses from both sides. So no, most of the goals I can recollect for Thistle were from crosses.
Hey Jimmy, you're still involved in management in Scotland. Stennismuir. How do you rate the current Thistle team at the present time?
I haven't seen them for a wee while, but looking at the reports, and I'm very friendly with Jerry Collins, and I think they've done remarkably well over the last couple of seasons, and I think if they can continue the improvement, then maybe we can get Thistle back in the Premier League where they should be.
Jimmy, thanks for speaking. It's been an honour to meet you, and all the best tonight.
It's been an honour to be here. Thanks very much for asking me.
Taken by Laurie. In comes Bourne. Walks the ball into the net. It's 4-0.
Right, we now have Frank Coulson with us. Frank, you were Jimmy Blown's partner up front. You were always renowned for covering every blade of grass in the park.
Well, I suppose so. Young and fit in those days, so that was the kind of style we played. And Jimmy and I had a good partnership, there was no doubt, and the longer we played together, the more it professional it became, so it was most enjoyable.
Frank, how long were you at Firhill?
I think around about 10 seasons, 9 or 10 seasons, I would think.
It's a long time, you don't get that now in football.
No, players don't stay as long as that now. You don't get the loyalty there once was, but that's what it was in those days, and you got to know the lads well, and the team was a bit more consistent. Nowadays it changes with the squad system. The team changes quite drastically each week, but in those days you could just about read off the team most Saturdays.
And can you recollect how many goals you scored for Thistle?
No, I wasn't. Jimmy scored a lot of goals. I don't think I would score that many. I couldn't remember that, to be honest.
Right, Frank, you're still involved in the Scotland set-up just now. Can you tell people what exactly is your part in the set-up just now?
Aye, well, I work in what's known as the Football Development Department, and I'm the Assistant Director to Craig Brown, who's the Director of that department. So very much involved in the coaching side of things, and organise coaching courses and the coach education for all levels, whether it be professional players, junior players, amateur players, whatever.
Right, thanks for turning up tonight, Frank, and have a nice evening. Partick Thistle legends with us tonight. We've got Jackie Campbell and Ronnie Glavin. Gentlemen, welcome to Partick Thistle Television.
Okay, thanks very much.
Jackie and Ronnie, we'll start the same question to you. First half, we put in some really hard tackles in that League Cup final. Ronnie, you particularly seen Jimmy Johnson.
Well, I don't think I've seen him too often, but I suppose there was one tackle in particular that I think the wee one just turned into me, and I caught him quite late, or I suppose you could say I got there as early as I could. But he was such a good little player, he was hard to tie down, and with all the tricks that he had up his sleeve, they tend to get caught in situations like that. So just one of those situations.
Jackie, was that the tactics? Go out and let them know we were on the park?
Well, not to that extent, but I think with the build-up to the game for the week, it was only evident there was going to be one winner. I think we had our tails up, and Celtic thought they had nothing to do but turn up and it was going to be their cup, and we just had a feeling about us that it was going to be our day. And we just went out in the first half, and at half time we were all pinching ourselves and couldn't believe that we were 4 up, but that's how it turned out, you know.
4 up at half time. The defence must have had it easy in the first half then.
Relatively so, I would have said, because the midfield in front of us and then the forwards pushing into their box, then the best way to defend is to attack, and if you're near half of the park, they don't score many goals, you know.
Ronnie, attacking midfield, don't have that these days.
No, the game's it's changed quite a bit, but I know on the day that we were, I think they underestimated the power, the running power that we had in the team. And looking back on it now, where we had Frank Coulson, who could catch pigeons, Bobby Laurie who could fly, Jimmy who was quick and strong. There were a lot of good players there really, and I think they just underestimated us on the day really. We caught them in the hop. We were young lads, wanted to run. We were a run all day, we were a fought all day for the situation, the cause, and they couldn't get their heads around that. In the first half it was really over and done with.
Jackie, you're playing against Kenny Dalglish. Did you have him in your back pocket?
I wouldn't have said that about it, but yeah, I mean, we had our tails up, they were struggling. As soon as you go 2 or 3 up, it becomes a different game. Second half, they gave us a hard time for about 20 minutes. They gave us a roasting, but we stood firm. Big Ruffy was great in goals, had a couple of tremendous saves, and for the last 10 minutes after we'd weathered that storm, it was just a case of playing out time, and it was a tremendous day all round, you know.
Ronnie, you're still involved in football down in England? Emily, I believe.
Yeah, still.
Do you ever see any Scottish games?
No, I don't see many Scottish games. No, I've taken a lot of English games. I do a lot of the reserve games more than anything else. So, not for the purist.
Yourself, Jackie, do you ever go to a game now on a Saturday? Or?
No, I don't. No, stopped it altogether. I've got other priorities. 3 kids, 4 grandkids, and that's just it. Your life changes. You've got to make a living elsewhere, so other things take priority. But I watch it on the television. I used to get my way to watch it, but I don't now. If I see it, I see it. If I don't, I don't. I'm not that. Don't followed it through. Always look for the Partick Thistle result though, and I'm glad to see that things are going better this year than they've done for a few years, you know. But yeah, that's always the first result that you look for, you know.
Gentlemen, thanks for speaking to us. Right, here we go. We've got Johnny Gibson with us now, the flying winger. Johnny, welcome to Partick Thistle Television.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Johnny, we're sub on the day. 4-1 the result. And then you come on for Ronnie Glavin. How did it feel to come on then?
Yeah, it was good coming on in the second half. We were 4-1 up, obviously, and I was put on just to hold the ball, which I think I did not too badly. And as I say, 4-1 up, I said, what more can you say? Yeah, it was good.
Dennis McQuaid told us that you were actually going to play in the game, but you took an injury.
Yeah, what had happened was prior to the semi-final against Falkirk, I'd taken an injury on the Saturday against Kilmarnock, and I get a fitness test at Esquire House prior to the Falkirk game at Hampden, and I said I wasn't fit enough to play. And what happened? Dennis comes on, takes my place, scores 2 goals against Falkirk, and I'm subbing the final. Just your luck, isn't it? But there again, Dennis did well, and no harm to him. Yeah, good.
Johnny, 4-1. If Celtic had come back for then, you'd have got the blame.
Well, quite frankly, if Celtic had come back after 4-1, I'd have blamed David McParland for no picking me from the start, you know what I mean? So, as I say, I don't have a problem with that.
Johnny, do you still go to games just now? You still see Thistle, for instance?
I was a season ticket holder for Hill, but not as much now because I live up in Callander and it's a bit to travel. I go and see Joe Craig's boy at Falkirk, Stephen, who's doing very well.
Right, Johnny, thanks for speaking to us tonight. Have a nice night. And all the best in the future.
Thanks very much.
Right, now we've got the 2 attacking fullbacks, John Hanson and Alec Forsyth. Gentlemen, welcome to Partick Thistle Television.
Good to be here.
Alec?
Of course it's good to be here. Good to see the old faces again.
Alec, you were known for flying up that wing.
Never. Couldn't get back.
Exactly. He used to go up the wing and then he would go missing for 5 minutes.
That was all the days then. Alec, where are you going? You coming back? Didn't you give a on? But in the days that was the start of the sort of overlapping fullback. We had Tommy Gilm was at Celtic. John was merely a sort of good defender and plenty of pace, but I scored more goals than John. You know, I like to get up front. I like to go and have a go at goals.
John, you were always at the back, steady. You, Jackie Campbell.
I was always steady. I was never as skillful as my brother. He used to think that I should be, and he used to pass the ball to me times when there was people round about me. and I would scream at him, and he would say, just bring it down and dribble past them. I just boot up the stand, because I always worked in the philosophy that nobody's ever scored through up the stand. But he didn't believe in that. He wanted to be skillful. He was a bit skillful, weren't you?
Alec, we've seen the cup, the final video. You were flying up that wing, 4-1. I bet you can't believe it.
We couldn't believe it, as I say, at that time we had no nerves. There was no nerves in the team whatsoever. And Mr. McParlin just says, go and enjoy yourself. If we do well on the day, we did well on the day. And we had a lot of good players, and as you can see, 5 of the players all got capped after that. John, Alan, Ronnie, who else? Jimmy, and that. We all got capped after that. So you could see we had a lot of talent in the team then.
John, leading up to the cup final, we played St Johnstone here at Firhill. They beat us 2-0 up there, come here, we slaughtered them 5-2, and then we beat Falkirk 2-0 in the semis. We were looking good going to the cup final.
That was a bit optimistic, that comment. Yeah, I mean, I think people thought after the first leg of the St Johnstone game that it was typical Thistle 2-0. St Johnstone are a really good team in these days, and they would come down here and they would win overall. But I think it was 5-1 or something down here.
I can always remember that game, because we came in at half time. I can't remember the score, and I'll never forget, see when we were going back out for the second half, there were stretchers lying in the foyer there, and obviously what I heard after that, there's obviously a couple of people that died, all boys that died. They couldn't believe how well we were doing. I'll never ever forget that night. We were doing so well, and obviously a couple of old boys had died. They couldn't believe we were doing so well, and we went through 5-2 in the night. It was absolutely tremendous.
And then the Falkirk game, I think, was at Hampden. The semi-final was at Hampden, because Tommy Docherty came in the bus with us to Hampden, and that was really the start of us getting picked for Scotland, because we played really well that night against Falkirk, because Falkirk had a good team then as well. But even beating St Johnstone and Falkirk, in our heart of hearts, we never thought we would have a chance against Celtic, because
Ferguson played that night. Aye, there you are. Just shows you.
It was like, oh, we've done really well to get to the final, and if we can, we'll get beat. But if we go away with some one, then that'll be fine. But the worst thing was when it was 4-0 at half time. We still thought we were going to get beat, and that would be even worse. It's bad enough getting to a final and getting beat, but being 4-0 up at half time and then getting beat, that was. And all the fans thought we were still going to get beat, because they didn't cheer, did they?
I couldn't believe it.
4-0 up, and they were all quiet, and it was only about 10 minutes to go that they started cheering, because they thought, well, they can't score 5 goals in 10 minutes. But that, it was Kenny was playing, and and I just don't think they realised what happened in the first half, because we just ran right over the top of them, and in the second half it was they were ran over the top of us.
Well, once we were there the first 15-20 minutes of the second half, actually we could have scored a few more goals, actually, to be honest, because once we settled down and got into a rhythm again, we just on the day we were superb. Actually, we'd have beat anybody on the day.
And I think that was the thing with Thistle in these days, that we could beat anybody and anybody could beat us, because we went to Aberdeen and got on the Saturday and got beat 7-2. We played, huh?
You better not. You can't tell them what happened the night before.
And we played
Blair Gowrie. I'm not going to say nothing, but there's a wedding party on at Blair Gowrie the Friday night, and they're supposed to be in their bed early. And were we?
No. And we played Motherwell here, and it was 2-1 for Motherwell after an hour, and we won 8-2. That was what it was like.
0-9?
No, it was 8-2. Dennis went bananas. He was like Dennis. We had a few players like him. I don't know if you remember a guy called Alfie Stamp. Alfie, the fans, I don't think he ever played in the first team, he always played in the reserves, but the fans would phone in and say, is Alfie playing today? And they used to get 2,000 people for the reserves. He was just unbelievable.
Right, gentlemen, thanks for talking, thanks for the stories. Right, now we've got Alan Ruff with us. Alan, welcome to Partick Thistle Television.
Very nice to be here, and a great occasion for everybody concerned.
Alan, it's 30 years since we won the Cup, and now you've started back as Firhill as a goalkeeping coach.
I certainly have, and enjoying every minute of it. When you've been associated with a club for so long, it's nice to come back and help out.
Alan, 4-1 to Thistle on the day, Cup final. Must be quite easy at the back with nothing to do.
Well, it certainly wasn't the first half. I don't think I had anything to do at all, but we knew when it was 4-0 at half time they were going to come out with all guns blazing, and I think I had a few saves to make in the second half, but not that many.
Alan, you've had a long career at Firhill. What was your best game, do you think, in a Thistle jersey?
Well, that's the one that we would remember all the time, the 4-1 game. But I would like to think I had a few good games here, and none really sticks out in my memory. But I enjoyed every one of them.
Right, Alan, you go to a lot of football. You still in charge with Glenafton?
Certainly, I'm the general manager down there, and we're having a very good season just now. We're sitting top of the league, and hopefully that can continue.
Right, Alan, thanks for speaking to us. We'll let you go for your meal, and all the best in the future.
We've now got Hugh Strachan. Hugh, welcome to Partick Thistle Television.
That's fine, thank you.
Hugh, you've got a wee story to tell us about what really happened in 1970 after we won the league.
Yes, I was released, given a free transfer, and they were expecting to sign someone else who I don't remember, but after it fell through, they come back and reinstated me, which I'm very pleased about because, as we know, we won the league.
Thanks, Hugh. You were a few years older than the rest of the players, so you were the elder statesman in the team?
Yes, I said quite a few years older. I think Jackie Campbell was the nearest to my age. Jackie would be maybe 4 or 5 years younger than me, but the rest of the team was young, 18s, 20s, 19s, and I really was the older statesman, if you want to call it that.
So they made your job easy, Hugh?
Yes.
You were in the middle and they were doing all the running?
Yes, they did all the running, and I was there for experience, which I had plenty of at the time, and it suited me fine. I have no complaints about that.
Great feeling winning the Cup in 71?
It was absolutely marvellous. I had been in a cup final before with Morton and get thumped 6-0 with Rangers, so you can imagine how it felt winning, especially against Celtic. That was the highlights of my career.
You walked into the dressing room at half time, you're 4-0 up. I spoke to some of the players. What were your feelings on it?
Well, it was hard to believe that Celtic, they were playing so well, and we were 4-0 up. I mean, you can imagine how around the country would be feeling like that at half-time result. Partick 4, Celtic nothing, that must be wrong, So you can imagine how we felt. We felt elated, and it was hard to believe that goals came so easy in the first half. They played well within their chances, and that was all it's about.
How long did you last with Thistle after that season, Hugh?
I played up until McParlin got the boot, if you want to call it that. He was released, and I was then player coach, and well, the story ends there. I was released with him. So after that, I went to Morton to coach the young'uns. Playing alongside the young'uns to try and bring them on, but it only lasted a season, half a season. After that, it just petered out.
You ended up scouting again for Thistle?
I started up scouting when Bertie Auld was the manager. He'd got in touch with me to go around the games, looking at players, selected players who they had got word about, saying this is a good centre half, this is a good forward. That I enjoyed. I wasn't all that happy about going to spot new talent because it's hard, especially in the junior ranks when Rangers and Celtic have such a monopoly of the young people. The young guys that are out there who are good players are usually farmed out to the junior teams, and they're in Rangers and Celtic's books. So you're looking for players who have a little bit of something to offer, but usually they're all signed up, the good ones.
You pick and choose your games now. You don't really go to see much football.
I don't see much football. I pick and choose games. I'll go to an odd game, but most of the time I don't bother too much with it.
Thanks, Hugh. Thanks for it's an honour to be speaking to you. Thanks very much for talking to us.
That's fine. Thank you very much.
Once again, boys, please. Let's hear it for Partick Thistle. We shall not be moved.